it's hard, but you can't go around thinking of her 1,000 times when you think you see her face in the crowd. Now she's gone, no way of ever knowing. Don't cry for me, don't cry. Here's what she'd say. Don't cry for me, don't cry. No more shopping in the hall, only empty spaces. Brand new kitchens, black and white. I feel the house is dying, and I'm inside. Now she's gone, no way of ever knowing. Don't cry for me, don't cry. Here's what she'd say. Don't cry for me, don't Every time I think of you, I just break down. I miss you more than I ever could Here's what she'd say. She said, don't cry. Don't cry for me, don't cry. Here's what she'd say. Don't cry for me, don't cry. Oh no, don't cry for me, don't cry. She said, don't
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Tuesday. It is Tuesday night and we are live. Who do we have in the house tonight? I'm going to get you guys up on screen instantly to see who is in there. It all seems to be working tonight as well. Other than before, on Saturday, we had a few issues starting out, but everything seems to be working at the moment. So fingers crossed that is going to continue. But everybody in that live chat room, we can see Jennifer and Patrick and Chris and Carl and Melody and Lizzie and Lucy and Bev's in there as well. Frank, Shawnee Key and Carl is in there moderating as well. Billy, Laurie moderating and Chris going through again. Hello everybody, thank you for joining me tonight. Big shout out to the moderators. We can see that Neil's about to go through as well with his little emoticon of the cowboy. So hello to Neil and all the moderators tonight. They are in blue, they have a wrench next to their name, and they make everything go swimmingly in that whole community of the live chat room tonight and in every other live stream that I do. So thank you guys so much for all of your support collectively, but also the moderators for supporting me and the channel and keeping everything under control, because it's much too much for me to do all at the same time. I started out doing it, but then it's one too many things considering all the buttons that I have to click on, and I click wrong buttons much too regularly to be then trying to do some moderating as well. So as always, huge thanks and shout out to the moderators. So tonight there's quite a lot of news. I'll be getting through it all as I remember it as I go through the live stream, but there's lots of stuff happening this week on the channel, and we have a video on Sunday that's going to be coming out, and make sure that you don't miss that one. Hit the subscribe button and the little tick box in order to get notified. I think it's a little bell as well. You click on that to get notified for every single video to make sure that you don't miss any in the future, because we have June coming on the channel on Sunday. We're going to be recording that on Friday. That's June Millington from the band Fanny. So great thing about that is that I was speaking to June yesterday and we've organised the time. It's all in the diary, and she's going to have her guitar on her as well. So it means that we'll be able to do an analysis video with the actual artist that is in the video, which is the first time I've ever done something like that. But I have been wanting to do that for quite a while, so that when I'm pointing out these things about the performance, we can actually talk to the person playing it in the video. And it's going to be great to get June's input on that, as well as talk about lots of other things. We'll be recording that on Friday and releasing it on Sunday night, and that is going to be one of the performances from Beat Club. So it means that Martin over at Studio Hamburg is going to free that video up for us to watch and analyze. So looking forward to that one. As I said, make sure you don't miss it. Subscribe, hit that notification bell to make sure that you do get a notification for that video, because it's gonna be a good one. Let me get the names of my patrons up on screen, because they make this all possible in the first place. So a huge shout out to you guys. You know who you are, and their names go across at the bottom of the live streams for the duration of the Tuesday night live streams, the Saturday night live streams as well. And these are the names here. If you want to get involved yourselves, head over to patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. So we've also had a few donations, so thank you guys for that. I'll jump into those in a second, but before I do, let's see what we are aiming for tonight with the likes, and it is 310. So it's another huge target that we're aiming for tonight, up in the 300s. If you could leave a thumbs up as you come through the door, that would be much appreciated. Let's have a look where we are on the likeometer. We are at 130 likes so far. So we are 280 maybe. Oh no, that would be 30. So 180, I think, away from the target. That's the earliest maths challenge I've ever given myself. So quite a lot of numbers to work out there, but if you can keep on hitting that thumbs up, it also helps the channel to grow and for these videos to get out there, the analysis videos, as well as these live streams to get out there as well. So thank you for all of the support during the live streams, for joining me, for hitting the thumbs up, and just for the comments, the interactions that you are involved with on the analysis videos as well. So, let me get the donations thing up on screen as well, so you get a lay of the land. That 35 to 45% in the super chat donations window goes to YouTube, so that's the donations through YouTube, and 3 to 5% go to PayPal through the PayPal donations window, and you'll find a link to that in the description below, as well as a link to the merchandise. And that reminds me, with the merchandise, I think the bucket hats are now live. I'm going to have to double check that, but Steph from spring.com did email me to say that they were live. So maybe if you go over to the store, the spring.com store, there's a link in the description below, in the description of this live stream video, that you'll be able to go straight to the store and find the bucket hats there. They won't be in the tray underneath this video yet, because I haven't set it all up, and it takes a few days, I think, to then come through and to register on YouTube. So if you want to get any merchandise such as the hoodie and the caps and the t-shirts, then they should be listed underneath the video in the tray, the merch tray underneath the live stream video. But if you want to go straight to spring.com and get yourselves a bucket hat, then you can do. And those bucket hats are due to what has been suggested or voted for over on patreon.com. So we have the black ones, the white ones with the pink logo and the purple logo, so they should be there, and maybe you guys can report to me to let me know that it's all fine and you can access them if you are looking to pick yourselves up a bucket hat. So that's the merch news, but of course you can get your hands on the other merch if you want to. Over at wingsofpegasus.com we have the merch, which is the guitar picks, or should I say are the guitar picks, the necklaces, everything else over there that Carla sorts out. So thank you, Carla, for doing that. So that's the merch news. I'm trying to remember what other news we have, but I'm sure it'll come back to me in the future. Because, yeah, there's lots of things to remember for this week. It's just a really busy week for some reason. It's all kicking off. But let's get into those Super Chat donations. First of all, the ones that came in before we went live, because these do disappear in YouTube's infinite wisdom of getting rid of them as soon as you go live. But we had a donation from... Let me have a little look. I think maybe Paul donated first, and this was for $5. So thank you for that, Paul. And the message is, simply thankful to be in this happy place. Please spike those likes. P.S. I'll probably be on the catch-up crew. Rock. So thank you for that, Paul, and for donating. Even though you're not here live, I will see you in the catch-up crew. And hello to you if you're watching this later on this evening. And all you guys in that catch-up crew, you can still hit that thumbs up. It all helps for this video to get out there and helps that like total just to tick over. But as I said earlier, tonight we're looking for 310 during the live stream. We'll see where we end up. But also, thank you to Ginny, who has donated $5 before we went live as well. And the message is, Phil, if you had permission to rock out on one Elvis tune, what would it be? Also, what is your favorite Elvis tune? Mine is Just Tell Her Jim Said Hello. So thank you for that, Ginny. And if I was trying to pick, I mean, a little less conversation, a little more action. That's one of those tunes that actually here in the UK, I don't know whether it's the same over in the USA, but more recently, and when I say recently, maybe 10 or 15 years ago, that had a resurgence and it made it back into the charts and everyone got into it, and it was a monster hit, you know, so much later than when it was originally released. But then when I'm talking about Elvis songs, of course, technically, Elvis didn't have any songs because they were all covers. And this is, I sometimes jokingly say that I've sold more original albums than Elvis. And people that might not know the fact that Elvis only did covers and never wrote an original song, they might be surprised by that. But then once you realise, then it's not very impressive at all. But yeah, so yeah, in terms of the covers, I mean, I'll just pick the same song as well, just because it's upbeat and I just like the melody of it. And I like the way that Elvis sings it as well. So I think it's a really cool cover. But thank you for that, Ginny. I mean, as I said, technically every Elvis song is a cover. But thank you for that, Ginny. You can certainly say that Elvis did them his own way. Because when people hear songs that Elvis covered, they assume that they were Elvis's songs, but they'd been around before that, but maybe not got quite as much exposure. Obviously, when you get a guy like Elvis covering a song, he gives it a hell of a lot of exposure just with the way that he sings it, making it so different, but also just the audience that it hit when it was released. And this is something that I mentioned in the past about Dolly Parton not allowing Elvis to cover her song because of the fact that it's would have been then a 50-50 split between Elvis, and, should I say, the Colonel and Elvis. I mean, Elvis probably didn't really get to see a lot of it, so that was something that interestingly was turned down by Dolly Parton, and she was really switched on, still is really switched on with the business side of things. And that was I Will Always Love You, her song that then when this is the other thing that she said, it was the wisest decision that she ever made, refusing Elvis on that particular song to cover it, because the amount of money that she then made from The Bodyguard and the soundtrack of that being on that movie, and Whitney Houston singing it, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it turned into a monster hit hit and a monster earner for Dolly Parton, but had Elvis covered that, then she would have had to have given away 50% to Elvis and, yeah, the Colonel, unfortunately. But fortunately, she did refuse. But anyway, let's not get sidetracked with other songs and copyrights and all that kind of stuff, publishing rights, because, again, the whole live stream, we always tend to get a little bit into the legal side of things and the legal side of the copyrights and the law and band trademarks, band names, all that kind of stuff. But thank you, Ginny, for that. And Ginny's donated again, $10. So thank you for that, Ginny. Again, the message is, Phil, a few dollars more. Thanks for the Roy Orbison or Roy O video. Loved his song In Dreams. If you could play with any of the musicians who did the black and white video with him, who would it be? Oh, so thank you for this, Jenny. And, I mean, Roy had such a fantastic band lineup. I mean, for that whole gig, you just looked at the band, you go, oh, I recognise that person, and I recognise that person. So, let's have a bit of a memory test as to who was performing with Roy Orbison at the black and white performance. So, I think Katie Lang was on backing vocals. So, yes, I perform with her. Absolutely fine. I've actually got a video on Katie Lang. I might probably have a video on most of his backing band because they were just top level musicians the whole way through. So, I think Bonnie Raitt was there as well. And you can find Bonnie on the channel here somewhere. Bruce Springsteen, he was there. I remember him playing the guitar solo. So everybody so far I've done a video on the channel, so you can check out those videos independently if you want to. Trying to think of anybody else. Jackson Brown, was he there? I think he was there. I mean, he's a friend of the channel. Jackson reached out to me after I did a video on him. So, I mean, Jackson, just an amazing artist in his own right. Elvis Costello as well. So, yeah, basically, long story short, everybody in that band for that particular gig was just a great musician in their own right, and I think it really does show the respect in the industry for Roy Orbison that they would just all join in with anything that Roy wanted to do, and that was certainly the case on that particular gig. And that support band was just, yeah, full of top names. So anyway, I'm not going to try and remember everybody in the band, but like I said, there were so many huge names in that backup band that, yeah, just fantastic to see. And of course, Roy just nailed everything live. And that was probably influenced by Ginny, that question, because of the fact that I did a Roy Orbison video very recently, and you can check that out on the channel independently as well if you want to, where we get into the chords and the riff of Oh Pretty Woman. So check that out if you did get a chance. It'll be probably my most recent upload. Did I do that on Sunday? I do lose track of which which video I uploaded when, but check that out if you did get a chance. But anyway, thank you for that, Ginny. And Orlando donated $2 again. Thank you for that. And I think this is when we just went live. And the message was, as always, spike the likes. And then I can see that Orlando donated again in the super chat window. So that was a separate donation. So thank you for that, Orlando. And that must have been exactly when we went live. And it says, hello, one and all, with a wave. So everybody say a huge hello to Orlando in that live chat room tonight. So Patrick donated as well. So thank you for that, Patrick. And the for $5, the message was, Hola Phil, hope you are well. Were you a fan of Def Leppard, Cinderella or Motley Crue? So thank you for that, Patrick. And I would say that first of all, I was a fan of Def Leppard, and I didn't really separate these bands up too much, but I'd say a lot more Def Leppard than Cinderella and Motley Crue. So I'd say probably I was the biggest fan of Def Leppard because I had a lot of their songs back in the day and used to listen to, I mean, actually, I listened to their songs and tried to figure out what was going on from a production perspective because it sounded so different. And I was about, I think, 19 when I started getting into experimenting with production. So, yeah, I used to just load up loads of Def Leppard tracks and just listen to the guitars, and I didn't really know how they were doing it at that time. I just started to pan guitars left and right, but then you had that whole rumor of the fact that they would maybe record one string at a time of each chord and multi-track it like that. But yeah, I know that I've seen a video somewhere that says, or the title is, did Def Leppard really record one string at a time? So I think that might have just been a rumor, but something that I have to check out. But certainly, yeah, I listened to a lot of Def Leppard. Like Photograph was one of those that I just had on repeat pretty much the whole time. Yeah, Pour Some Sugar on Me. These kind of songs that are, you know, a bit tongue-in-cheek, but they're really well done. And yeah, I was certainly a Def Leppard fan. But then again, Cinderella and Motley Crue, because I got into my first band, Panic Attack, was at the age of 22, 23 or something like that. So then, yeah, Cinderella and Motley Crue were certainly influences within the band. So we listened to lots of classic, like hard rock from the 80s. So anyway, or borderline metal. I pretty much class all that as hard rock because it's like melodic hard rock, a little bit heavier than your standard rock, but yeah, I think a lot of people would refer to that as maybe metal or 80s metal as well, which tended to be a little bit lighter, more on the melodic side. But anyway, thank you for that, Patrick. And just jumping into the PayPal window, because there have been some donations in there, so thank you guys for these. And let me get it up on screen so you guys can see the window as we scroll down. Steve has donated £5. Thank you for that, Steve. And the message is, what difference make you more of a Fender than a Gibson player? Why a Strat instead of a Telly? So thank you for that, Steve. And this is Telly spelled T-E-L-L-Y, and Telly spelled T-L-E is going to be the guitar. So maybe people think that I prefer playing a Strat instead of an actual TV. But I know exactly what Steve means, and that is probably the autocorrect. When you type it in, it changes it to T-E-L-L-Y. But anyway, it's just genetics. Like, I am my dad's son, and my dad was and still is a huge music fan and a huge Jimi Hendrix fan in particular. So it meant that when I was growing up, my dad had lots of, you know, albums and vinyls. I'm talking about here, Jimi Hendrix, and he had just the Jimi Hendrix album, Jimi Hendrix Experience album, and the, you know, Axis Boulder's Love, Electric Ladyland as well. And I think it was Electric Ladyland that had the cover with loads of naked women on there. My dad had drawn on it. So as a kid, I found that entertaining as a cover. But as obviously as a kid, you don't think about anything in that way in terms of them being naked women. You just take in the information as having lots of women on the front of an album cover. And interestingly, I think that was the album cover that Jimi Hendrix wasn't a fan of. He didn't really like the fact that there was loads of naked women on his album cover. And also the Axis Boulder's Love album cover, where that was commissioned. He wanted to have an album cover that reflected his Indian roots. And we're not talking, you guys who know the Axis Boulder's Love album cover will know that it's Indian in terms of the Middle East. And I mean, I'm not sure whether that's correct technically, but the Indian influences of, you know, religion, maybe some of the imagery used on that, rather than he meant the Indian influences of being a Red Indian and having that side of it in the USA, because of course Jimi Hendrix was from the USA. So he wanted to have that side of it on his album cover, but the person that did it got the wrong end of the stick and thought he meant like Eastern Indian, like we have here. Curry, and I think that's almost, it's not technically, but it's almost like our national dish now, because we've had so much Indian influence in the UK and especially in London. I think a lot of Londoners love to go out for a curry, and I like a curry as well, but not a spicy one. I'm not a big fan of spicy curries, but I like the taste of it, maybe a korma, something like that. But yeah, so that's just something about that Axis Boulder's Love album cover, if you've seen that. But anyway, long story short, it's because my dad was into Jimi Hendrix, so it meant that I saw not only Hendrix playing the white Fender Strat, but my dad had a white Fender Strat because he was a big fan of Jimi Hendrix. So therefore my dad played a white Fender Strat. So it meant that I then wanted a white Fender Strat as well when I was growing up, because I wanted a guitar like my dad had. So that was it, and also like Jimi Hendrix had. So that's why I went for the Fender Strat. And the only reason, if my dad had played a Gibson, then yeah, I would have probably gone for that. Or if he'd been into somebody who played a Gibson, then I would have been into that. And exactly the same for somebody that played a Telly. It just so happens that I went for the Strat because of the whole Jimi Hendrix connection. But anyway, thank you for that, Steve. And I can see another donation has come in over on PayPal. So thank you for this, Lucy. And it's a £7 donation. So thank you for that. And the message is, how do you feel, fellow wingers and new wingers? Don't forget to spike those likes with a thumbs up. And the message is, Phil, what is your favourite Hendrix song and why? With some rock horns of heart and peace. Wow. Okay, so the first song that I attempted to learn was Little Wing. So that's got to be right up there just because it's one of those songs that I heard and I kind of wanted to play. I think also hearing Voodoo Child was probably the other song. I mean, I'd probably have to go for... I don't know. I'd probably have to go for... I want to pick something that's maybe a little bit more off the beaten track than going for Voodoo Child. But, I mean, this is another thing that a lot of people confuse Voodoo Child with Voodoo Child with the D on the end, because the Voodoo Child, C-H-I-L-E, is the jam track that is a lot longer, and people don't realise that Child, C-H-I-L-D, is the song that everybody knows with the wah wah intro. That's Child. So that's the song that I heard, not the jam version. So that's probably what got me into guitar mostly. But I mean, I like Electric Ladyland, the song, because of the effects on there, especially if you're listening to it through headphones. But then again, that whole album I really love the production of. Let me think of something else. Maybe If 6 Was 9, I mean, actually just every Jimi Hendrix tune, I think I'm going to end up saying is just a cool song, just because of the fact that I'm really into Jimi Hendrix. But yeah, that's a little bit more off the beaten track. Axis Bold of Love, of course. I mean, Axis Bold of Love was the first album that I got into naturally. I think my dad kind of favoured that. I think my dad, yeah, pretty much listen to most of Axis Bold of Love most of the time. And then Electric Ladyland I didn't really hear a lot of, or at least I didn't listen to myself until I then bought the album myself, and that's when it got then re-released on CD and is now something that I could really dig into and just have on repeat. So yeah, that tended to be what I listened to mostly. But yeah, I'll be here all night if I'm talking about Jimi Hendrix and different songs. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much. I mean, Purple Haze as well. Let's throw that in there, about just one of those. I mean, what a great, I mean, talking about, yeah, not only Jimi Hendrix as a writer, as a songwriter, but also doing covers like All Along the Watchtower, having such a different version of a song and just throwing the rule book away with that. And I think a lot of people know Jimi Hendrix's version of that song. So yeah, like I said, I could talk about that all night. But anyway, thank you, Lucy, for that donation. And I'm just going to scroll up as well, because Marge has donated £1.41. So thank you for that, Marge. And that is a straight up donation without a message. It's midnight already here in the UK. There is another donation that I'm just about to jump into, but before I do that, let me just look at the likeometer. We're at 201. So let's see if we are a little bit higher. We are in the likeometer, 201. So we're looking for 109, I think. Yeah, I'm just remembering the target is 310. So we're looking for 109 more people to get involved in the live chat room tonight. By the way, I haven't actually mentioned that tonight's covers are The Power of Love. This is what is going on in the poll at the moment in the live chat room. Power of Love and Parisian Walkways, I think, was the other one. It's because I can't see. I can only ever see the second choice, and I can see the one that's been voted for most, which is Power of Love so far. So keep those votes coming in on that poll, and if you want to hear a particular cover tonight, make sure that you vote so that we can actually hear that one. And oh, by the way, I haven't even done a plug of the mug. It's all kicking off tonight, just forgetting to do things, but here is the mug that you can pick up in the tray underneath this video. I usually say that when Orlando says spike the likes, because it says spike the likes on it. So you can grab that in the tray underneath this video, but also the spring.com store. Link is in the description below. And I do have the Tuesday live stream mug tonight, so it's all official. And Renee has donated £3.52. Thank you for that, Renee. And the message is, ordered my bucket hat, black with pink letters. They only had black and white with pink letters, no purple. It's all good. So thank you for that, Renee, the update. And like I said, I know it takes a few days to come through on YouTube. So obviously, because it's literally just gone live, it might take a little bit of time, maybe a few hours, in order for those to show up on the store. So that was Steph, by the way, over on the spring.com store, who's allowed those, made them live. So thank you, Steph, for that. And thank you guys for requesting, suggesting, voting for the colours of the hats and the colours of the logo as well. It really does make my life a lot easier just to be able to say to Steph that we want the black ones, the white ones, the pink logo, the purple logo, so that we can get those in production. And I think I'm probably going to grab one, even though we don't use them here in the UK, but I'm thinking that if I ever went out and played golf and it was sunny, having a bucket hat would be quite good, because it kind of has the overhang which protects you from getting, you know, in the golf professional kind of playing, where they play on maybe a Thursday, a Friday, a Saturday and a Sunday, and they're exposed to the sun the whole time. So if they're wearing a cap, when they take their cap off on Sunday, it means that they get a nice white forehead. And obviously that's something that I would definitely want to avoid, and maybe I could avoid by having a bucket hat that has that little ledge on it. Maybe that's what it was designed for. I do not know. We don't have the weather here to make the most of the bucket hats, but I'll probably get my hands on the black one with the purple logo. I think that's probably something that will suit me. I'm not sure I could quite pull off the look having the pink on there, but then again, anything, you know, is worth a go nowadays. And thank you, Renee, for ordering that, but also for being one of the first to order. This is the other thing that we'll now be looking out for, the first uploads. If anybody does receive a bucket hat over the next few weeks, you can take a picture of it, you can even model it if you want to, and upload it to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook, and that's where I grab the pictures to show on the live streams. And no pictures tonight, but if you do want to upload any pictures, that is the place to do it. So type in the Wings of Pegasus supporters group in Facebook and you can join that, and that's where a lot of the live chat room hang out between live streams. So thank you for that, Renee. And I'm just going to scroll up in there because Lisa has donated £5 as well. Thank you for that, Lisa. And the message is, it's my 2-year Philversary. Dolly Parton was the first analysis video I watched and I was intrigued. After watching the Kiss and Osmond's videos, I was hooked. Thanks for being a bright spot in a world of chaos. So thank you for that, Lisa, and for just staying with me and everybody in the channel for so long. I'm glad that you enjoy the videos and thank you for watching them. And I'm just going to scroll up as well because Sue has donated £20. Thank you, Sue, for that very kind donation as well. And it looks like Power of Love is still at 58%, so it's still got the majority. And Laurie has donated $10 as well. Thank you for that, Laurie, in the Super Chat donations window. And the message is, hi, Phil. What is the email to use for PayPal? Question mark. So thank you for that. And I think Carla is going to go through the live chat room with the PayPal link. If you want to click on that, maybe it'll work. I'm not sure. So what we're looking for is the paypal.com /PayPal. I thought it was maybe, I think the link, if you go paypal.me /Wings of Pegasus, then that might take you through to the donations page. But maybe it works with paypal.com/PayPal ME. I'm not sure if there's a full stop there, or there should be, and then / Wings of Pegasus. I don't know. Click on the link in that description. Oh, let me see if I can actually click the link myself. Let's see what happens. Oh, hang on. The lycometer's gone a bit weird because I've told it to do a different thing, and it does work. So if you click on the link that just went through the live chat room, click on that and it takes you through to a screen that says Philip Henley, and there's some guy with long hair with a Batman t-shirt on, and it then says request or send. And you have to click on the send. I know that a lot of people in the past, not a lot of people, but a few have clicked on the request, which is to request money from me. And to send it, make sure you click on send. So thank you, Carla, for providing that link. So it does work. And I have to now work out how to get back to where I was with the likeometer and the live likes. There it is. 220 so far. Great time to spike the likes. If you could hit that thumbs up, it would be much appreciated. And thank you, Laurie, for that question and the donation. So what we're going to do is, I mean, it's almost 20 to midnight already here in the UK. So what I'm going to do is totally click on the wrong button on my screen. I wanted to try and end the poll to get the final results, because I think we're going to be jumping straight into the cover video for tonight, and I think it's probably going to be Power of Love while we wait for it to come through. And I can see it now in the live chat room. It is Power of Love had 58% of the vote, so thank you everyone for voting. Parisian Walkways was 41%, and it was voted for by 186 of you. So thank you everyone for voting tonight. Power of Love is what we're going to be listening to. And I hope you guys enjoy this. Thank you for requesting this over on Patreon, by the way, guys. And I'll see you guys after. Rock!
And that's the power of love. You feel the power of love. You feel the power of love. You feel the power of love.
And there we have it. That was my cover of the Huey Lewis and the News classic, Power of Love. And that's one of those songs that I'm a huge fan of because it is on the soundtrack of Back to the Future, of course. And maybe you didn't know that because I just assumed that everyone's seen the Back to the Future movies. And actually, how relevant is that? Totally accidentally, I'm wearing the correct t-shirt. So I think that might have been Deborah that requested this over on Patreon. And yes, it was. So thank you for that, Deborah. Totally unrelated. I had the correct t-shirt on for tonight's cover, which is great. It was destiny to be chosen tonight and then voted on. It's almost like a magic trick that I made it happen, but I didn't. Anyway, thank you all for voting for that particular cover tonight and making me more relevant than I usually am on these live streams. And oh, we've got 2, 3, 4. I don't know why I always see that when it pops up on the likeometer. It was 234 likes, so 236 now. We are gradually working away at our Pick Roulette Likes goal. And I haven't even asked anybody if they want to be the top tip for tonight on the Pick Roulette wheel. So anybody in the live chat room tonight, if you want to be that top tip, let me know and I will pick your name to be the one that's probably not going to win because I haven't won so far, but we will at least have a name that I'm going to already prep myself to have a document ready so I can write down the name just in case anybody wants to be chosen. So I'm keeping an eye on the live chat room. I think it always takes a little bit of time to see any names, or at least for what's oh, here we go. Maria says pick me. So it always takes a little bit of time for what I say to go through the internet and for you guys to see it. So Maria, I think, is the first one who has said pick me. So Maria Day, just going through now, you guys can see it as well. Let me write that down. So Maria is the top tip for tonight in the Pick Roulette, and it is 1:45 midnight here in the UK. So roughly, half an hour left of the live stream, maybe a little bit more, maybe 31 minutes. We usually try and finish around 1:15, or at least I do, in order to keep myself organised for the rest of the live stream. I think I just saw Laurie going through, I don't know what it was, but it looked like no continuing on for ages. But anyway, Ginny has donated $5. Just about to go through the live chat room. Thank you for that, Ginny, again. And Chet donated before that, and Karen donated before that, so let's get up to date with this. Karen donated $5. Thank you for that, Karen, and the message was, thanks for all you share. Music is my biggest distraction from my difficult health issues. Look forward to your vocal analysis of Il Divo soon, I hope. So thank you for that, Karen, and yes, I know that they're definitely on the list, but as I always say, it is a very long list, so I will get there just as soon as I get there with the list as we work our way through one by one. But thank you, Chet, as well, who has donated $4.99, and that's a straight-up donation. And Ginny has donated $5 again. Thank you for that, Ginny. And the message is, Phil, a couple of us girls want to know where you got your pretty brown jacket and your black one. Thanks. So thank you for that, Ginny. And I'm trying to think. I know the black jacket, I think, was just on the internet, maybe eBay, something like that. The other jacket, I'm not sure which one you're referring to. It might look brown in the videos, but I think all my jackets are black. I say all of them. I've just got 2 that I would usually wear, but I do need to buy another one because now they're all falling apart, unfortunately. And the thing is about those jackets is that I ordered them on eBay, and I think they came from, it's like Japan or China or somewhere like that. And they were a medium, or maybe a medium or a large. And I think I ordered a large because I know that over there the sizes are a lot smaller. and I'm usually a medium and everything, so I thought if I do a large, if I get a large, then it'll be fine. But their large is still tiny. You know, it's really tight, the jacket, which, you know, isn't too bad. It just meant that I couldn't afford to work out too much, because then I wouldn't be able to fit in the jacket. So I'd probably, if I'm buying another jacket, this is the thing, getting a good jacket is a difficult thing. So I want to buy one. And by the way, that's just reminded me, I'm going to need to get one for next month, because next month is the premiere of the Fanny movie that I mentioned about, you know, having the video this week with June Millington at the end of the week. But they've also got their movie premiere here in London, and I think it's in the middle of the month, maybe the 14th or something like that. But it is a Sunday. So it means that I'm going to need to have some kind of jacket to wear there. So I'm going to try and endeavour to take some pictures while I'm there, just on my phone or something. And hopefully I'm going to be able to make it back before too late, so that I can do a video on that evening. Because it's going to be a Sunday night, and I usually do an analysis video on Sundays. So it means that obviously I won't have time to do a proper analysis video, but I might have time to just do a video. Maybe I can just cut together some footage that I take from that particular premiere and just see what it's all like. It's the first premiere that I've ever been to. I don't think it's going to be a big thing, but it is in I think Soho in London, so around the Leicester Square area. So I'll keep you guys in the loop over on Patreon. As always, I'll try and take some pictures, which I will upload to Instagram as well. I don't really use Instagram very much because I don't really go anywhere. But if I'm going to a particular event, then I will upload pictures and take pictures. So I'll do that next month. So yeah, I've just thought I'm going to need to get a new jacket. So yeah, to have that, because it is cold here in the UK, so ideally I need one that's going to be a little bit warm. But anyway, thank you for all of the questions that come along with these donations as well. Thank you for those donations. And yeah, so it was just eBay is the answer to that question. Thank you, Ginny. And John, I can see, has just donated $20 as well. So thank you for that, John. And the message is, from one guitar player to another, good cover, great playing and edit. So thank you for that, John. And yes, this is the thing about the videos and everything that I do on the channel. It's just me doing everything. So yeah, once I've filmed all of the shots of myself playing the cover and playing all the instruments and editing it, producing it, of course, mixing it and just boosting the levels as well. I usually just use an adaptive limiter for that. Yeah, I don't spend a lot of time on the whole mastering process, not for the covers. I just get them sounding half decent for the video, and then yeah, edit the video together and upload it to YouTube, and then show anybody that wants to see it. So thank you for that, John, and for that donation as well. And let me just get the PayPal donations window up on screen as well, because there has been another one in there. And this is from James, who has donated £21.12. So thank you, James, for that very kind donation. And that's a straight up donation without a message. And Margaret has sent a money request from California, USA. So this is, the message is, watching from California, USA. So thank you for that, Margaret, but that is a request. And I did mention that you have to click on the send in order to send a donation rather than request a donation. But thank you for that. And just scrolling up, because Tortoro Porco has donated £2 as well. Thank you for that, Richard. The message is, it would have been perfect if you had a clip of you skateboarding in the Power of Love cover. So thank you for that, Richard. And it would have been perfect, but it would have been hazardous for my health getting on a skateboard, because I'm trying to think of what age I had a skateboard. There's a point at which it was just all the rage here in the UK to have a skateboard. But I got one that I couldn't steer very well, and I don't know why that was. It's kind of a thicker, I got it for Christmas, and it's quite a big skateboard, and I couldn't steer it very well, or at least it worked turning to the right. It didn't work turning to the left. So when I put my weight to the left, it meant that I couldn't get it to turn to the left. It just went straight, no matter how much I leant over, which was a bit annoying, but it went to the right. So I had maybe a desire for another skateboard where I could go both ways, left and right, and steer it properly. But I think just because of that, I didn't really get into skateboarding because I thought, oh, well, I can't turn to the left, so there's not too much point of it. So then I started maybe getting into music. It might have been around when I was maybe 10 or 11 years of age. So then I started getting into the guitar and listening to Jimi Hendrix rather than spending too much time on the skateboard. And I did spend a lot of time playing football at that time as well, or soccer as you guys call it. So thank you for that, Richard. So yeah, I didn't really get into the whole skateboarding thing, unfortunately. But computer games wise, I did get into snowboarding, and a snowboarding game that was called SSX, and I really got into that. That was a computer game franchise that I was a big fan of, doing lots of different tricks and racing down snowy mountains, which was good fun on my PlayStation. But anyway, thank you Laura as well, who has donated £3.52. And the message is, Phil, give us an update on the premiere you're going to. So thank you for that. And I think maybe did I mention that, or maybe Laura didn't do the donation, and then I might have mentioned it right at that time. But the premiere is going to be next month, November I said 14th. I'm going to check a calendar, as it has been asked by Laura to get a little bit of... oh, look, if I drag it over, you can see it in the PayPal donations window. Not that that's going to help, but going over to... It was a Sunday, so there we go, 14th. I'm going to drag it over. You can see Sunday the 14th of November on the calendar. So let me get rid of that. That is the premiere date, and I think it's going to be an afternoon premiere. So I know that Billy Joe, the director of the movie, is going to be there, and it's going to have questions and that kind of stuff. Because it's the first premiere that I've been to, I don't know how they work. I've just seen them on TV with people on like red carpets and posing for pictures and that kind of stuff. But I think it's going to be more of a kind of low-key premiere and not a big thing, but I don't know. So I'm just going to turn up and see what happens. And I might email Billy Joe to ask what I should wear. I don't know. If you just turn up in normal stuff, I'm hoping that just looking a little bit kind of casual rock and roll will work, because I mean it's going to be a rock and roll film, so I think that's probably the right kind of dress code for the evening or for the afternoon. Because it's in the afternoon, it means I might get a bit of time to then edit together some footage from the premiere to then show in the evening to you guys on YouTube, and also upload pictures to Instagram. So that is the update. It's going to be happening next month, but I'm sure by that time I'll mention it during live streams as well, to let you guys know that there won't be an analysis video on that Sunday, because I will be out. So it means that for those 3 or 4 or 5 hours, however long it takes, I won't be planning an analysis video. So that's why I'll be doing a special video on that night. So thank you for that, Laura, for that donation. And just scrolling up as well, Orlando has donated £1.40. Thank you for that, Orlando. And the message is, I'm sorry for not actively participating, but I am listening or lurking. I am watching playoff baseball. The Milwaukee Brewers are playing the Atlanta Braves. I love your Hugh Lewis and the News cover of Power of Love. You played drums. Nice, with some rock horns. So thank you for that, Orlando. And good luck to any team that you might be supporting in that particular game that's going on. So thank you for that donation as well, Orlando. And Lynn has donated a very kind donation from Lynn of £123.45. And this is it. This is for the Proper Jacket Fund. So thank you for that, Lynn. And that is definitely going to go towards a new jacket, because I mean they are quite expensive, leather jackets, sadly, but I'm going to have a little look around for a decent one. But thank you, Lynn, so much for that very kind donation. It is massively appreciated. And thank you everyone for your kind donations during these live streams. And Linda Z is in the house and has donated £5. Thank you for that, Linda Z. And the message is, hi Phil, consider this the first installment for the new jacket fund, with a winking face. So thank you as well to Linda for that. And Linda just got beaten to it by Lynn. But I'll definitely stick that together in that fund and have a little look around for any new jackets that I know that I sometimes get jackets that are promoted on Instagram and stuff like that. I think maybe EMP is maybe the site that shows different jackets, has lots of rock and roll stuff. So interesting. That's just reminded me ages ago about a form that I sent off about EMP were looking for endorsements or people to endorse their rock and roll clothing. And I'm talking about years ago that I filled in this form. And I don't know whether it was Neil, maybe it might have been our moderator Neil, who sent me a link in order to fill out that form. But they were looking for people on YouTube or Instagram, anything like that. So I filled in that form. But this is when I think I had maybe 1,500 subscribers, and I filled in that form. I didn't hear anything back from them. But maybe they would have a different response now, considering the amount of subscribers that now tune in and watch me on these live streams and the analysis videos, whether I was wearing their kind of clothing. I'm not sure whether it's EMP or maybe a clothing company that produced clothing for EMP, the website. Anyway, I can't remember, but it was something that had rock and roll clothing. I can't remember the brand or the site, but yeah, it just reminded me of that, the fact that I filled that out for a kind of a YouTube endorsement type thing if they were interested. But yeah, at the moment I'm just literally looking for a leather jacket for myself. I'm not endorsed by any clothing company, so it will be a case of me going out and trying to find something that is going to suit my look and my hair. But anyway, thank you so much for that, Linda Z. And I can see that we've had a little bit of action in the super chat window as well. So thank you for this, John, who has donated £10 as well. So thank you for that, John. And the message is, Phil, could you mention of Luke Kelly of the Dubliners? He was a great musician. As thanks, Phil. So thank you for that, John. And yes, indeed. I don't know whether John's saying that because there is a video that I did on Luke Kelly, which you'll be able to find here on the channel somewhere. So check that out independently if you want to find out a little bit more about Luke. And that was requested, I think, by Ian quite a while ago. So thank you, Ian, for requesting that particular video on Luke Kelly. But check that out if you guys get a chance. Thank you, John, for that donation. And Maria has donated £5 for the Phil Jacket Fund. Thank you for that, Maria. And Shawnee Key has donated $20 for the more dollars to put toward your new leather jacket fund. So thank you for that, Shawnee Key, as well. We're getting a nice little fund together. So I'll keep you guys updated over on Patreon as to how I'm getting on looking for a new jacket. So maybe if it arrives, if I order one and it arrives soon, I can wear it on a live stream and just model it for you guys. But anyway, thank you, by the way, for hitting that thumbs up and getting us up to 272 likes. We are aiming for 310. So we have a little bit of time to go in the live stream, maybe 15 minutes. So if we can get a spike of that like-ometer or the spike of the likes, that would be much appreciated to see if we can make it. We're looking for what would be 38, I think, 38 people to join in that live chat room. We will see. But anyway, we're going to be jumping into the pick roulette for tonight. And it was Maria who chose herself to be the top tip for tonight. So good luck to Maria and all you guys in that live chat room. I'm going to jump into it now. So I will see you guys after this. Rock. So here we have it. The pick roulette wheel is now up on screen. And as you can see on the pick roulette wheel, we have the t-shirts going round, which are indicated by the hearts next to the t-shirt. And if we land on one of those, we haven't actually landed on one of those yet, but if we land on one of them, then we have another spin, and this is for a totally different wheel. So I'll have to load up the t-shirt roulette wheel, and if somebody wins that, it means that they get a custom Wings the Pegasus t-shirt, the bleached t-shirt that is made by Carla, and it is signed. So that is the difference about the pick roulette wheel t-shirts, and those are the only way that you can get signed shirts is if we do land on one of those. But we are going to be shuffling these names 5 times. This is what we do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. to totally randomize them, as they are now down there. And I'm trying to keep a lookout to see if I can see Maria's name anywhere. I can't see it. I always have a problem picking it out. There's too many names on it. But we're going to give this a spin, and we're going to see who's going to win. So, good luck to everybody. Let's see if it's going to be Maria or not. But, let's give it a spin. And we are live. So, let's see if this is going to slow down so I can start picking out some names. It's still going a little bit too fast, but slowing down now. There's Bev going through. Oh, there's Maria. Oh, at least we saw Maria's name. We're getting closer. Hang on. Oh, that's the closest we've ever been to a t-shirt roulette. But is it Chris or May? Oh, is Mary? Has it got as far? And it has indeed. So, congratulations to Mary tonight, who has won the Wings of Pegasus signed pick. So, commiserations to Maria and everybody else who didn't win. Again, we were a little bit closer to the top tip for tonight. But Mary, if you can let yourself be known in that live chat room and just get in contact with Carla as well. Just maybe do a little comment in there so that Carla can get all of the information that she needs from you in order to send you the Wings of Pegasus signed pick. So congratulations, Mary, for that. And let me just get everything back up on screen as was before. And there we go. And by the way, here's the Wings of Pegasus pick. And then it's signed on the back as well. But actually, I've been using this pick, so the signature's starting to rub off a little bit. So I've been using that in quite a lot of analysis videos, actually. It just seems to be on the desk and I pick it up and start using it. But congratulations, Mary. And we're still waiting to see if we're going to hit our target for the pick roulette next week. So we might have a bit of a rush on if we do, in order to get the names on the pick roulette wheel for next week. So don't type, well, you can post I agree, I guess, if you want to, but we're not there yet. So it will be kind of typing and posting I agree in the hope that we do reach the target of 310. So that means you guys in that live chat room are going to have to try and urge everybody, any new watchers, to hit that thumbs up. But if you are watching and you haven't hit that thumbs up, it'd be much appreciated. It really does help the channel to grow and for these videos to get out there, for the live streams to get out there as well. So thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up. You can do it on catch up as well if you're watching this in the future. But we are looking for people now live to hit that thumbs up. And I know that we did have a Phil Toon request over on Patreon as well for the library gig. And we'll have a little look at that a little bit later on. But let me get through some of these donations that have come in as well. So thank you for this. It is Orlando that donated $2. So thank you for that. And the message was, rest in peace, Paddy Maloney, founder of the Chieftains. So thank you for that, Orlando. John also donated £5 under that, so thank you for that, John. And the message is, thank you, Phil. So no problem, John. Thank you for that previous donation and that one as well. Lisa has donated $4.99. Thank you for that, Lisa. And the message is, Phil, you made my little granddaughters so happy when you wished them a happy birthday. So here's a little dollars to put in your jacket fund. Thanks, Lisa. So thank you for that, Lisa, the donation, but also for tuning in and for getting your granddaughters to tune in as well. That is much appreciated. And Horace has donated $10 as well. Thank you for that, Horace. The message is, I was given a hearing test in grade school which denied me entry into band in middle school because I was tone deaf. Is tone deafness real? And am I missing out on sounds, in your opinion? So thank you for this, Horace. And I'm probably quite a good person to ask, because my dad said when I was younger that I was tone deaf. And he would tell me that I was tone deaf when I would try and sing and replicate what I was hearing. So I guess now I'm at the point where I think a few people have commented saying that I'm lucky to be able to sing the way that I can, and that it's a gift and all of these kind of things, but I know that I'm singing and performing and playing from a point of being called tone deaf. So I think that when I started playing the guitar at age 11, age 12, and 13, 14, 15, 16, etc., up until now, my ear has tuned itself to tell the difference between notes. So I do think it is something that you can learn, that you might not have a good appreciation of it when you're younger, but if you keep going at it and just really jump into music just head first and do it for a few hours every day, you can start to, especially I think learning an instrument helps, but you can start to tell the difference between pitches and just keep working at it. That's all I did. And then I learned to sing as well. So I was trying to teach my vocal cords to go to different places and then try and figure out whether a note was higher or lower, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think there's potentially no... I don't know whether it is something that is made up or not. I would tend to say I don't believe in tone deafness. I believe that if I've got a guitar student that turns up and they can't tell the difference between the different notes, after a few weeks they then can, and that's just from me teaching them how to do it. So I don't think there is such a thing as tone deaf. I think that if somebody came to me that was classed as being tone deaf, after a few weeks and a few lessons, I'd be able to at least teach them to be able to tell the difference between pitch, to be able to hear when something's higher and lower. Because once you can do that, that is music, effectively. That is being able to hear notes, and then you just get better and more accurate at being able to tell the notes apart. But anyway, thank you for that, Horace. Interesting question there. And again, one of those that we could spend a long time talking about, but I'm just going to jump into the PayPal window as well, because Patricia has donated £4 as well. Thank you for that, Patricia. And the message is, hi Phil, happy Tuesday. Here in the US, we have Taco Tuesday. Do you ever eat Mexican food? Lynn beat me to the punch for the jacket fund. So thank you for that, Patricia. And this is something that I've mentioned in previous live streams about, I can't remember if it's taco or taco, how you say it, but there was a place that, was it Kevin might have pointed out, in the UK there is a Taco Bell. Is that it? Something like that. A place where you can go to eat taco things, but I haven't eaten them. I haven't eaten Mexican food. I think it might be spicy food, which I'm not a big fan of, so I haven't even tried it. So I can't really say that I like it or I don't like it. But I have seen something that maybe it is that, where it's got like cheese melted in it and it looks really nice. So maybe I'm missing out on that. But thank you, Patricia, for that. I haven't eaten a Mexican food yet. As long as it's not spicy, I could probably eat it. Renee has donated £14.08 as well. Thank you for that, Renee. And the message is for the new jacket fund. So thank you for that and for these very kind donations. And Bev has also donated £14.08. Thank you for that, Bev. And the message is, hey Phil, add this to your leather jacket fund. Nothing like a sharp dressed man. So thank you for that, Bev. And we're going to have some grand unveiling of this new jacket when I get it. And Richard has donated, Totoro Porco's donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Richard. And the message is, this is my contribution to your new leather jacket. Maybe you can get one like Joe Strummer used to wear. So thank you for that, Richard. And this is it. I'm going to have to start looking at different styles, but I think maybe I'll go for a similar style to the one that I had last time. Maybe a little bit more comfortable, more of a medium. I think if I order like a medium in the UK, then it'll be fine. It's just the fact that that was from China or Japan or somewhere where the sizes were a lot smaller and are a lot smaller. By the way, we are 3 likes away from hitting our target. So we're looking for 3 people in that live chat room. I'm just going to type an example here. At Carla, to tag Carla Murray, to then say I agree, exclamation marks, like that. So you guys get a little bit of a guide. If we do find 3 people to hit that thumbs up, then it's going to be time to, well, you can already type I agree and tag Carla to get your name on the pick roulette wheel next week if we do hit that target, because now we're one away. So with this, let me get the fill tunes going, and we're going to be taking a look at the library, as I said earlier. So we're going to get this one up on screen, and again, if you want to type I agree, tag Carla in that live chat room and get your name on the pick roulette wheel, because we've now had a little spike of the likes. Thank you guys for that. We are now officially having a pick roulette next week. So let me get this real life story up on screen, and I'll see you guys in a second. Rock.
Guys, I'm so excited. I have just managed to get us an awesome gig.
Well, I do hope our definition of awesome coincide.
Well, I know a guy who works at a pub and he said we can play there this Friday night.
You know a guy. So far, to be honest, I'm on the fence about this gig. Persuade me. Where is the venue? Will I have heard of it?
The pub is called the Golden Guff. It is in Surrey. My friend has told me it will be amazing. We need this gig.
Well, it certainly sounds like a reputable joint. It's about an hour's drive, but I'm going to trust you on this. Let's book the gig.
We won't regret it. The place will be packed. I can't wait.
Wowzers, this pub really looks like a library. Hello there. Do you work here?
Yes, I do.
Yes, we do need help. Thanks for asking. We are the band who are playing here this evening. What is the plan?
Are you sure there's live music tonight?
Well, I ruddy hope so. If not, my bandmate has yet again stitched me up, as well as himself. So, who is in charge?
I am the only person working here tonight.
Well, at least we know, therefore it will not be busy tonight. Great. Where is the stage, and we'll start to set up?
Well, whenever someone has played an acoustic guitar, they have been sitting here, so you can play in this area.
Oh my guff heck of frig. You may actually notice there are tables and sofas in the way, not to mention just being a woeful position for music.
I'm afraid you'll have to move the table and sofas out of the way then.
Well, as I'm a musician and I want to play, I will do this manual labor in addition to the hour's drive. I also assume we are not getting paid for this gig.
That is correct.
At least you're holding up your end of the bargain. Well, let's get to work, guys. These sofas look like the heaviest sofas we will ever lift in our lives.
I'll leave you to it, and I'll make sure that if you need anything, I will be impossible to find.
Many thanks for following standard protocol. Great job, guys. It only took an hour and I think I've got a hernia. But I'm sure it will all be totally worth it and not a gig we should have declined. Just the person I was looking for. So, where is the PA? Is it quite heavy to lift? And also, how many channels does your mixer have?
We don't have a PA here.
Ha 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 ha. That was a fantastically great joke. Wasn't it? Or should I say, it better have been.
No, what you see is what we have.
That, I'm afraid, is sweet guffaw. Well, what do you usually do on live music nights then?
Jacob usually does all the band stuff. He's not here today, but I have his number if you want to talk to him.
That might be an idea. At least every last detail of this gig has been meticulously planned by the venue, otherwise we could all look like absolute total amateurs. Hello Jacob, I'm Phil from the band that are playing at your pub tonight. Where is the PA? And the mixer? For the gig? Okay, so it's in your car. And you are in your car at the moment. And you're 5 hours drive away. Do you think this may be an issue? Considering we're playing in 45 minutes, you didn't realize what the time was? Oh well, that is a very acceptable excuse. I mean, how could anyone ever have foreseen these unlikely turn of events? Unbelievable. So here is the situation. The PA is 5 hours away. We have 45 minutes until we start. So this venue has quite truly rogered our collective bums in the guff.
Oh dear. I can't help feeling partially responsible for us being in this position.
Yes, I wonder why that is.
Just so you know, your friends and family are also just starting to arrive. They must have made the hour-long drive to support you.
Oh. Great. Well, as ridiculous as this sounds, I have purchased my own PA, so that if a music venue is retarded enough to not have any equipment, I have everything. It just so happens it's in my sister's boyfriend's van, who should be here shortly. So, it seems that you as a collective venue won't have egg on your face. You jammy dodgers.
I don't understand.
Oh, just that to the innocent onlooker, you'll look like you have a great PA system and are a great live music venue, when in fact you are actually a total load of rubbish guff venue. With no idea, and couldn't organize a piss-up in a brewery. Present location accepted. No offense.
None taken.
You are seriously mentally vacant. I'm going to slag off this pub to my family now. Bye.
And there we have it. That was one of my real life story cartoons. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And we're going to be calling things to a close within the next few minutes. So it really is the last chance for you to type I agree in the live chat room to get your name on the pick roulette wheel for next week. So there have been a few donations as well, so thank you, Horace, for that donation of $5. Again, the message is thanks for your answer. I've always been able to mimic some voices, but when I try to hum a song, my friends say it sounds the same. So thank you for that. And Jen has donated $5 as well. Thank you for this, Jen. And the message is modeling leather is always a good thing with a smiley face. So thank you for that. And yeah, I've never had like leather trousers, or I guess over in the USA you call them leather pants, but I've never had those. I'm not sure. I've never really liked the idea of leather trousers, just leather jacket, and I tend to wear jeans, maybe ripped jeans, or just straight black trousers. So that's what I tend to wear. But anyway, thank you for that, Jen. And Samantha has donated in the PayPal window as well. So let me just get that up on screen quickly. And it's a donation of £5. Thank you for that, Samantha. And the message is for the Jacket Fund. So thank you guys for all of the donations for the Jacket Fund. I'll keep you guys in the loop, especially over on Patreon, because that's where I can post every night and just keep you guys in the loop, especially on the 2 days where I don't make a video, which are Monday and Thursday. So I just lose track of when I make videos, when I don't make videos, because yeah, it's kind of, even on my days off, I'm constantly doing stuff. So I don't really have a day off. It's admin days is what I call them. And I keep everybody up to date as in what I do on the admin days. For example, the admin day yesterday, Monday, was organising the video on Friday, or at least the interview and the joint analysis that I'm going to be doing with June Millington on Friday. So we're organising our time zones, getting everything organised with Martin as well, with the videos from Studio Hamburg. So I'm constantly emailing and talking to people, as well as doing the comments and the emails that are coming in during the day as well, and doing the CDs, getting ready for those to send off. So yeah, even my days off are not really a day off. I'm still kind of doing something all day, and then I finish, and then the next day is going to be a live stream or an analysis video. So yeah, I keep everybody in the loop over on patreon.com. So head over there if you want to stay in the loop, and there if you want to support the channel and just allow me to continue doing everything that I do, because they really are the foundation of the channel. My patrons, these people at the bottom of the screen. And yeah, without them, then I would probably disappear for a few days at a time, or maybe a few weeks while I'm trying to save up, for example, for new software or to try and fix a bit of software that might have gone wrong. Whereas due to your support, I can just keep on moving forward day in, day out and produce videos really regularly. So thank you guys for all of your support. It means that I can make videos when I want to rather than having to wait until when I can. So thank you everyone. That's literally what all of your support means, so it is massively appreciated. I am going to be calling things to a close now. Chet has donated 99 cents, so thank you for that, Chet, that final donation. But we're going to be calling things to a close. Thank you everyone for joining me tonight on the live stream. Stay tuned for the analysis video that's going to be happening at the end of this week, Sunday. Make sure you're subscribed and you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss not only the analysis videos, but videos like this that's coming on Sunday with June Millington. Whenever we've got a guest on the channel, you'll be notified for that as well. So stay tuned. There's going to be another video coming your way tomorrow night. And then Friday night, I'm going to try and do a video after I've met with June and after we've done the analysis. I'm thinking that I will have hopefully a little bit of time to do that. Currently with June, it's going to be afternoon time for her, which means it's going to be evening time for me. So I'm hoping that there's going to be a little bit of time after that where I can maybe get something together and do a quick reminder video on a Friday night. But I will do all that I can then. But thank you guys for joining me on the live stream tonight. Stay safe, follow your government's guidelines with the whole COVID situation and all of your self-distancing and isolating and masks and that kind of thing, and vaccines as well. But thank you for joining me tonight. I will see you live again on Saturday night, and I will see you at tomorrow night's analysis video in the comments section. So thank you guys for joining me, and have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Rock!